Hello, hello. Today we are handling episode 24 of the Lorethrough, and we find ourselves in Caelid, specifically up the elevator shaft of the deep sea of Rowell, and we are going to try the challenge that is at the end of this valley. I usually don't recommend doing this challenge till you're somewhere around probably level 80 or 90, just because the enemies at the end are, I don't know, they're really mean, they're really tough. I'll explain a little bit more about them when we get close, but they're just a little, in my opinion, a tad too difficult. And we find some gravelstone here. It's a big old blue golem. Oh, he's upset. Very upset. Any opportunity to knock him over is a good one. If you're just trying to rush the challenge, you don't need to kill these guys. But, I'm going to. But, unlike the other golems we've seen, they have blue accents. And it seems to be magic great bows. And halberds. I think they switch depending on how far away you are from them. So you find a faded earthly flower. Let's take a moment and look at these items that we've just found, actually. So we found some gravelstone, a small clump of sharp pointed stones, material used for crafting items. Such compound stones found in the lands once beset by ancient dragons are said to be the scales of those fairy beasts. And then faded earthly flower, an earthly flower that has faded to a pale scarlet. Found blooming in rotten lands, material used in crafting items, said to be fed by leaves that fell from the Erd tree in days of antiquity. So, very similar to the normal earthly flower description. We should be safe behind this, I hope. And behind this fellow we see yet another Coliseum. And he has ankle braces. There we go. Hopping at just the right time. Oh, are you kidding me? He clipped into the ground. I couldn't get the crit. Oh, I'm gonna get hit. Ah! Keep doing that. Go. Come on, don't clip into the ground. No, he's doing it again. Oh, this is gonna take so long. Oh, he's doing the breath attack. Not worth being nearby if you can help it. Oh, he just died. The regular style. Okay. So now we can make our way up this hill. There we see... Oh, wouldn't you know it? That's the tower in Limgrave over there. There's another tower all the way in the North Country. Well, two of them, really. Oh, there's a... Oh, wow, they're everywhere. 1, 2, 3... 4, 5. At least 5. So normally if you're just trying to do the challenge at the top of this hill here, I'd recommend you go past the golems and then quit to main menu to make it so they aren't aggroed on you and shooting arrows the whole time. We are going to discover the Coliseum behind him. It's very much like the Coliseum in Limgrave. It even has the tree reliefs on the doors and in the open stonework to the sides of the doors. And every Coliseum you find gives you more options in terms of game mode you can play in the Coliseum. I'll probably have to show that off at some point, but That day is not today. Eerie red lighting. Very moody. Right, I'm not online currently. That's quite alright. Actually, I may cut to be online, actually, because I don't know if this function works entirely offline. I'm curious. It's very strange. These don't... I wonder if these are the defaults for these characters, because normally we have to fight these 3 red summons, right? And they're pulled from a pool of players who have already completed the challenge. And since I'm not online currently, these may be the defaults. So you know what? We're going to make a quick cut to online and see if these have changed. So give me one moment. Alright, welcome back. Sorry for the brief cut. I went back online, and it appears that my phantoms have stayed the same, so I wonder if I would need to leave the area and rejoin, or like teleport away and come back, or die and come back, and that would change what these phantoms are. So I'm going to try to fight 2 of them legitimately. I'm going to show you the cheese method for one of them, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to summon this one, because it looks like the most likely to get cheesed successfully. And we're going to come over to this root, and we're going to get on this tree here. And then we're going to two-hand our shield, turn around, lock on, and wait for and hope for the best. Oh my gosh. Instant death. They just darted off the cliff. Usually they come up the branch and they smack you once and then fall off. Also, I think it's worth pointing out, this is like, in my opinion, the prettiest ocean in Elden Ring. Look at that blue. That's a good blue. And you can even see how clear it is and the ocean floor beneath it. That's good blue. Alright, let's get back to work. These guys are horrible. They're miserable. I do not enjoy fighting them. But we will do the best we can. Probably going to recast this, honestly. Yeah. And let's fight the wizard and cry a bit. And they have a stupid amount of health. You may have noticed when that guy fell off the cliff, he had like 2200 HP. To put that in perspective, I have like just over 1000, and I've been trying to get health. I don't like that he has a parry on that S-Talk. I feel like I've fought this guy before, so perhaps he is the offline default. That's why we have the bleed. Because it's that bonus damage because they just have so much health. They can just keep going. And I have precious limited resources. I'm gonna play evasive maneuvers over here. We're doing like 60s to him. There's another 900 thanks to the bleeds. Whew. Shields have been severely nerfed from what they used to be like. So I think it's important to note, oh no, that Barricade Shield buffs the hardness and stability of your shield, while the magic or the Scholar Shield, I don't know if it buffs stability, but it seems to at least buff damage negation. And it's just an endurance fight. I recommend a long pokey weapon so you can just weave in and out. I'm using a shield just because it's useful for shield pokes. And there we go. Took care of him. But we still have one ahead. I could cheese him, but I'm going to try to do him a little more legitimately. Okay. This time I'm going to do something a little different, a little faster, I hope. We still have the roll on our side. I'm going to top off. I'm probably going to need it. Okay. And I'm going to use Twin Spears, which is probably a mistake because it eats way too much stamina. Oh, don't mind that. That's just a rude car going on a major road nearby. Oh boy. Well, even if we're plinking... Oh, well that's free. 306 and it's a sliver of his HP. It should still be getting bleeds on him. There we go. Ooh, that smarts. Yeah, we're using 2 because it gets the bleeds faster. Oh! Oh no, we died! I should have known this would happen. Alright, we're gonna cut till the part I'm up on the hill just because it's such a laborious process. I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. We're wearing some better armor for a little more damage absorption. We're gonna give this another go. If this takes too many tries, we will just simply move ahead to Stormveil Castle. So let's see how this goes. These Knights of the Great Jars. They're very mean. Okay. Oh, what's that? I do not like that. Oh! Don't trade! Don't trade! Never trade! That counter hit was so fast. Goodness. And of course, these are the idealized versions of anyone's given build. So they have unlimited mana, they do good damage, they have a lot of health. I'm just missing. Oh my god. They're way tougher than the defaults. Gonna end up eating all my resources. Going. Just gotta be patient. It still takes so long. Of course, knowing what you can and can't trade against. There we go. There's one. That ate up most of my flasks. This may not happen. This may not come together. But hopefully we get less incantations, because I hate trying to dodge those lightning things. Alright, next one. For some reason wearing the silver tear mask. You don't know what that is. Don't worry about that. Spent all this time learning how to make blood grease. Use it all. The tracking. Can't strafe it, apparently. He's using that big old chicken wing of a club. Ooh, the bleed came in handy. This guy has less armor than the previous fellow, so he's a lot easier to stumble. course, I poke over his head. If you have to fight on this hill, I recommend being on the downhill. More attacks connect. Did he run out of mana, or is he trying to use a spell he didn't have the stats for? Come on, bleed again. Do it. There we go. Goodness me. Alright, let's see if I can do the last one. With a single Estus for backup. Ooh boy. I want the item it drops. That's the main reason we're here. There we go. Using all my precious resources. And this guy has heavy armor and a huge sword, so I need to play even more cowardly. Just riveting, disgusting bleed gameplay right here. Aren't you supposed to be a wizard? Yeah, the wizardry would do nothing. Nothing to these people. If he uses it one-handed, this... Oh, nope. I was going to say this could be doable. Oh boy. He had enough hyper armor or poise. Oh no! Oh, that hits so hard. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. That bleed saved me. Tiny bit of health regen. If I can get him swiping over my head, this could work out. Free backstab. Probably gonna need it. He's not dead. Oh, we did it. We did it, folks. It only took... Oh, was it 6, 5, 6? What is this? We're 17, 18 minutes into the episode. Oh. Alright, let's go back to our fashion before all of you call me a talentless hack. Where did I put it? There it is. Okay. And back to LARPing as a wizard, as intended. There we go. Okay, so now if we talk to the great jar god, he says nothing, but he hands us a very handy prize. The great jar's arsenal, right? And so right now, our equip load maximum is 53.9. And with this new talisman, we can bump it up to 64.2, which is very good. It's very much like the Havel's Ring from previous installments of the Souls games. And we still have a little bit of time. And we can head back to... Yeah, Stormveil Castle. Did I not get the grace at the top of the hill? Oh well. Okay, not much lore. In fact, next to no lore. But, there will be much lore to be had in this castle, which I am excited for. I hope that we can be done with Stormveil Castle probably within the next 2 parts, not including this one. Shouldn't take too long, but there's quite a bit to go over. Like I've mentioned before, Norman-style architecture with this weird golden garnish on top of many of the structures, the walls. Just needlessly ornate. And that's going to show a common theme we're going to see throughout Stormveil Castle, that of iconographic replacement, when one faction takes over something belonging to another faction. Okay, so first things first, Side path. Because we need to loot every single shiny we can. We love the shinies. We can't help but collect the shinies. Oh, I need to switch my spell back. I don't need the shield buff anymore. Fire grease. Little area here. And we're going to see a lot more of these, but there seems to be these holes bored into the castle itself. This seems to be the outer wall, which it's kind of crazy to me that this castle even has an outer wall, given how high it is up on the cliff. It's already in a very remote location. Heck, it even has one more wall out here, right? So there's the outer wall, there's the actual castle itself, here's another outer wall, and then there's one more outer wall, right? And all these ones, the inner ones, we see the golden garnish on top, but this outer one, it's the same style if you look at it, right? So has those arched doorways, the turrets, the blocky style, and the masonry, the small windows, right? It's all there. But they didn't bother to decorate this one all the way out here. So here's an outer wall in the bridge. There's another outer wall here, that outer wall, and then the actual castle itself. There's just so many layers, right? And it still looks like it was absolutely pummeled in some sort of fight that went on here. Now, we know from Kenneth Haidt that Godric the Grafted hid in this castle from General Radahn. And it makes it sound like he hid in here and Radahn just walked by unbeknownst. But I'm more under the persuasion that there might have been a siege here. That General Radahn might have sieged this castle unsuccessfully, or maybe it landed in a stalemate, and Godric just considered it his victory.
Come over here, would you?
Okay, first off, if you're ever monologuing to yourself, talking about lore of your favorite franchises, and somebody whispers to you, says, "Hey, come over here," and they can see, obviously, you're talking to yourself, having an episode, don't go interact with them. It's a horrible idea.
Come over here.
And he's just still trying. Like, he doesn't care that you're mentally unstable. He's just going to beguile you into something. So, interesting to note, we've seen this outfit before. I don't believe we've seen it on anyone living. But he's got this tree icon in the middle of this board on his chest. Honestly, it looks like a giant cassette tape to me, but it's supposed to be a tree, right? But he's wearing that. It almost looks like a shackle. And then he's missing an arm. He has no left hand. And he's bloodied. He is not in good shape.
Come over here.
And he just keeps telling us to come over here, right?
You're tarnished, aren't you? I would advise against taking the main gate into the castle. It's tightly guarded by hardened old hands. Oh, try the opening right here. The guards don't know about it. You'll breach the castle undetected.
So he wants us to go through this side way instead of the main gate. But I'm going to say no.
Fair enough. You certainly don't have to trust me. Well, if you must go through the gates, I'll signal them to open. But of course, I'd advise against it.
So Gatekeeper Gostock here will open the gates for us. And I wonder who's opening the gates at his behest. That's interesting to me. But we won't get much closer, but I will equip the arrow talisman to give us a little extra range on our telescope. And if we look, we see big old ballistas, slews of them, and bait items to get you shot. Well, I don't know if they're laid there as bait. They could be just other people who got mowed down in this kill zone here. We won't go that way, but we have the gate open now. You'll see if he encourages us otherwise.
Gates are open. It's only your neck on the line after all.
So he seems like he's trying to help us,
Gates are open. It's
right?
only your neck.
And he says that we won't be noticed taking this side path. But while this is the main way you're supposed to go for safety reasons, we will see that it is not as unguarded as he thinks it is. Also, to note, there's this huge gash out of the side of this wall, right? And there's these pockmarks, huge pockmarks. And and there's roots growing out of it, right? And it looks less like there was a siege here, though there could have been, right? but it almost looks like the castle's decaying, right? Like it's covered in sores and scabs and wounds, but it's made of stone. Doesn't quite make sense. And there's this weird black gold tinge to all of these markings, right? Very strange. Coloration you wouldn't see in the stonework naturally. And there we see a huge bird and an item to loot. Oh man, wizardry feels like cheating every time. Oh, that's so useful. Man, what a cowardly way to go. So now we get over here. We have our next site of grace. More pock marks in the side of the wall. And we get to see the Chapel of Anticipation. This is the closest we've been to it since starting the game. But there's that nice little church with the hole in the roof. It also has that weird golden garnish. One of those statues that I believe we saw one or two in the Round Table Hold, and another one on the chariot in the tutorial major dungeon. And then the statue of Queen Marika and the cliff we fell off. Okay. Alright, I don't have much in terms of thoughts here. We will have more thoughts in the next episode. So this seems like a nice cutting off point. Probably ran just a tad long, but that's okay. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.